with me. I have to tell them what I believe. Otherwise, they're going to assign their own motives to me.
Yeah, but they can do that in editing and all kinds of ways. It's always a gamble. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how you win the hearts of the media when they have an agenda to criminalize you and to make you sound like a white gun nut terrorist.
Demonize you.
Okay.
Demonize
well,
you.
Look at the original occupation and fiasco at the Bundy Ranch. Now, the media was definitely giving the group at that time the same sort of coverage. They don't know, these people are terrorists, these people are dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
But by being on the television, there's enough people that know what the media do that will watch that and say, okay, if this is what CNN is saying, then I want to look into it and find out what's really going on.
Yeah, so what's the difference between what happened at the Bundy Ranch and what's happening now in this building?
Geography is one.
Obviously, geography. Number two, the Bundys at that time wanted the help and the assistance of the armed folks that were there. And those folks themselves put themselves in physical harm's way between the family and the Bureau of Land Management.
So you think it was just a showing that they were serious? I mean, that
it was a real show of force rather than a symbolic show of force.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, and that'll get more attention when people understand that you're doing something that actually means something, that actually takes some guts to do it, and so you must be serious. You must really be, be passionate.
Now,
the difference, too, now remember, is that the feds were occupying and confronting the Bundys on their own ranch and killing their cattle on their ranch.
Sure.
As opposed to taking over a federal building, which is frowned upon by a large segment of society. But I think part of it is the geography. What reporter is going to go out in the middle of nowhere? If you look at this place, it is really out in the middle of nowhere, and nobody uses it this time of year. So the feds are in no hurry to kick you out until spring.
As soon as the word gets out that they're occupied, I guarantee every reporter on the face of the earth, if they had the opportunity to go in there and talk to these people, they would want to do it.
Well, I think that'll happen.
That's what reporters do. That's in their blood.
I think they'll do that when they're actually confronted by armed federal agents. Then they'll
here's another bit of info we're getting that's quite interesting. After the Bundy Ranch, obviously, Land Management got a huge black eye in that. They basically tucked tails and walked away.
Right.
Which is the right decision, mind you. But it does not justify the amount of time and effort and manpower they put into it.
You're saying they may be cautious now, a little more cautious about rushing in.
No. Right now, I think that they want to go in there and take care of things the best way they can. However, now you have the FBI that has stepped in, and they are physically holding the leash of Land Management.
Oh.
And
so
you've seen the federal officials basically staying well clear of everything that's going on. They are not in camera shot. They are not giving any sort of show of force.
A low profile.
Right, exactly.
Well, some of the same agencies that were involved in Waco are involved in this instance, which makes sense because it's similar from the Fed's point of view.
Well, that was a private property, too.
Name, the administration, as much as I dislike the current administration, you do not have the same players in place that you did in Waco.
Janet Reno, for one.
Right.
All right.
Okay,
go ahead.
I don't think this administration has the spine for that sort of event.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's good. The other thing is...
I think absolutely it's good.
Well, here's the other thought I had was that this is in the wintertime. Nobody goes there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I think as the summer season starts to approach in the spring and they're still there and this hasn't been resolved, the governments are going to say, hey, we want our buildings back, and they're going to be forced to do something.
Do you think they'll still be there?
I don't know.
Quite honestly, I would be surprised if it lasted that long.
Yeah.
I would be amazed if it lasted beyond the end of this month. I might be proven totally wrong on that.
But why?
The people... Okay.
Will they be shot and killed?
I'm going to come out with the name first and foremost.
Or will they give up?
Mr. Ritzheimer. We've talked about him before.
Yep.
The one that was screaming and cussing and swearing the YouTube video.
Coming to get stabbed now.
Time around.
Yeah, okay, we know him.
I don't think he has the attention span for this sort of thing.
So he's one of the main players there doing this?
He says he is.
Okay.
He's putting out the videos that says he is.
Is he, though, from your intel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting word from people out of Texas.
So
I'm getting word from people out of Arizona that have basically said he's no longer part of our group, and anyone from our group that accompanies him up there is over and done with.
Is he physically on site?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
I haven't got any actual confirmation on that, but that's
okay.
I'm getting it from very good sources.
Okay, good. So do you think then what you're saying, because I wanted to see if maybe what I wanted you to clarify was it will end because they'll just sort of get bored and go home, or it will end because the feds go in there and burn the buildings down and kill everybody?
No, I think it will end because the feds will make some sort of token compromise, and they'll say, hey, we won, and they'll hold their heads high and walk away.
What would that compromise be? Rescinding the prison sentence?
Well, if I were in a place of that decision, that would be the first thing I would look at.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
No, we don't, but by the same token, they can very realistically say that this was a mess-up in the judicial system. These folks have served their time, and the thought of imprisoning them again is wrong.
And let justice be served.
At all talked with the people in the occupied building. They admitted what all of us believe is already an honest mistake in the situation. And what have they really given in at that point? At that point, they look like, okay, this is what government's supposed to do, and watch out for the people, and they've done that.
Right.
Now,
Sure.
if they go in and they start saying, okay, well, we're going to give you food to make you guys comfortable, we're going to give you safe passage out of here. If they start doing stuff like that, then that's when you get into negotiation. I'm completely against that.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. But if they do rescind the sentence, then I would say the people that occupied the building won, right? And accomplished what they're trying to do.
They do come out on the winning side.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean that it was their efforts that brought about the change.
Sure.
But look, regardless whether I agree with your method or not, when the government oversteps its mandate, then anybody who stands up to that government has my respect.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair, and I'm pretty much with you on that.
All right, we got less than 2 minutes, so you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, give us some information about the Southeast Volunteer Militia and
where they can join you.
Where we can find more information, join you, that sort of thing.
Best way to find anything on us is www.michiganmilitia.com. It's a real easy name to remember. If you search Southeast Michigan Volunteer Militia on Facebook, you will find us. We meet every month. We train every month. February is our 3-day winter survival training in northern Michigan.
Woo.
So what these folks are doing in their federal building, we'll be outdoors in tents doing the exact same thing. Yeah. God bless you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us. It was good talk. It's always nice to talk to you. And we're
anytime, gentlemen. Just let me know.
Always willing to have, the scary terrorist militia people like you on the show to give you a little voice, what little voice we can provide.
And this interview is much more enjoyable than the Detroit Public Radio one I did yesterday.
Oh, I bet.
I bet. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Michael. Take care.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Well, that's nice. He's always a pleasure to have on. I hope nobody gets hurt. That's what I hope.
Yeah, me too.
And I hope things can get resolved to the, benefit of both. It's the win-win type of thing when you negotiate.
Yep.
So,
yep.
But he had a point there. The feds could come out and say, hey, this was a miscarriage of justice. He served his time. We're going to, pardon him, or not pardon him, but excuse his sentence and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
cut him off on time served or something weird like that, right?
Do it. So,
all right. Well, we'll see. We are running out of time though. So addoddshow.com, facebook.com/addoddshow, myparentsopencarry.com. You have any other random websites that you want to Oh no, not that one.
Oh,
no, not that
yeah,
one.
I have a good one, but
yeah, this is
family show.
the FCC. See you next week.
All right, bye-bye.